Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Random Extra. We're here with episode number 2 of Wellspring Immigration's 5 for 5. It's November the 6th of 2021 as we record this. And here's a girl that sure do delight. Mingqi B is back on the mic.
Hello, everyone. This is Mingqi from Wellspring Immigration.
So Mingqi B is a registered Canadian immigration consultant, and on 5 for 5, we try to cover 5 topics on Canada or Canadian immigration within 5 minutes. In this particular episode, we're going to be talking about the advantages of being a permanent resident or a PR in Canada. So I'm going to start my timer off to the side here. And away we go. So first question for you. You're a permanent resident. So what have you found to be the best thing about being a PR in Canada?
Well, the best thing for me as a PR in Canada is that I can work for any employer I want and I can live anywhere I want in Canada. So it's like an unlimited open work permit. There's no limitation of how long it will last. A work permit probably only lasts a couple of years, and then you will have to file the paperwork again, but there is no guarantee that you will get another work permit. As a permanent resident, as long as I fulfill my obligations, like living in Canada at least 730 days in the past 5 years, and renew my permanent residency card, I can continue to stay in Canada.
The next question, when I was going to university, so I'm a Canadian citizen, my tuition was about maybe $4,000 a year, but this was like way back in the Stone Age where all the dinosaurs are running around. What's the difference between PR, so a permanent resident, or an international student when it comes to tuition?
Well, permanent residents are like Canadians. If they go to a university, they pay the same tuition as the Canadians. If I go back to a college or a university, compared to international students, my tuition probably will be at least 2 times cheaper, sometimes even 3 times cheaper. So let's say if I go back to a university and study accounting for 4 years, my tuition is around 40,000 Canadian dollars. However, for international students, probably the tuition would be around 100,000 for 4 years.
We're going to move on to the next one. Health. Health is a big topic, not only in Canada, but around the world, especially with COVID-19 going on. A lot of people know Canada has a system where citizens don't pay. What about permanent residents or even tourists?
Oh, well, for permanent residents, again, same as Canadians, permanent residents also receive free healthcare in Canada. For example, if I broke my arm and needed ambulance service, everything would be covered. Another example is that if I go to a hospital and give birth to a baby, there's no cost. However, if a tourist needs to go to see a doctor and they don't have insurance, it would start becoming quite expensive.
So moving on, lots of PRs bring over their families. For yourself, like, can you sponsor anyone that you want to Canada? What about like the foreign workers that are working in Canada? Is there a difference between who they can sponsor?
As a permanent resident, I cannot sponsor anyone I want to Canada. So according to my personal situation, I cannot sponsor my niece and my brothers to Canada. However, I can sponsor my parents and grandparents to Canada, which a lot of people are doing right now. Additionally, if my spouse and my dependent children, they are not Canadians or Canadian permanent residents, I can also bring them to Canada. A foreign worker, on the other hand, cannot sponsor anyone at all to Canada and become a permanent resident. The foreign worker would have to become a permanent resident first. But there are some instances a foreign worker can bring their family to Canada. I will cover this in a future video.
Okay, fantastic. So we're running out of time here really quick. So if someone wanted to become a Canadian citizen, would they need to become a PR first?
Yeah, the vast majority of people will have to become a permanent resident first before they meet the requirements and apply for Canadian citizenship. So for myself, if I want to become a Canadian citizen, I already meet the requirements. My language ability is more than self-4. I've been in Canada. More than 3 years in the past 5 years, and I file my personal income taxes every year. So as I was volunteering as an instructor in a citizenship test workshop, so I think I can pass the citizenship test. However, I'm not planning to become a Canadian citizen right now, because China doesn't allow dual citizenship.
Right. That was something that we talked about in our last episode about dual citizens. So anyway, we're out of time. Thank you very much, Mingqi, for coming on to another episode of Wellspring Immigration's 5 for 5. And thank you for getting the memo to wear the same colors that I was. That's fantastic.
Thank you for having me today.
Not a problem. Okay, so if you have any questions about Canada or Canada immigration, definitely leave a comment, or you can visit wellspringimmigration.ca. For Wellspring Immigration 5 for 5, I'm Random Extra.
This is Mingqi B. See you next time.